The polished mahogany gleamed under the harsh fluorescent lights of the conference room in downtown Manhattan. But it couldn't hide the cracks in our family. I sat there. Emily Harper, 26 years old. In a simple black blazer I'd picked up from a thrift store on Bleecker Street, my fingers tracing the edge of my phone like it was a lifeline. Across from me, my Uncle Victor paced like a caged wolf, his gold cufflinks flashing as he gripped the back of his chair. "Thanks for showing up, everyone," he said, his voice smooth as silk but laced with that familiar condescension. "We're here to sort out Grandma Louise's estate." His eyes skipped over me like I was just another piece of furniture. My cousins Jason, Sophia, and Liam sat opposite, their faces masks of fake sympathy, the kind that hid calculators ticking in their heads. Sophia twisted her new diamond earrings, probably charged to some maxed-out card, while Jason checked his watch, impatient as ever. Victor's words hung heavy in the air. "Mom left things complicated." He drew out the word, making Aunt Clara shift in her seat, her pearls clinking softly. "The big issue is who handles her investment portfolio and the family foundation." I knew this script by heart. I'd overheard Victor and Jason plotting in the brownstones' backyard during Grandma's funeral a month ago, their whispers about keeping control slicing through the humid summer night. "We need experience," Jason chimed in, right on cue, flashing a grin at his dad. "Someone who's handled real money, not just dreams." I thought about the mess they'd made of the family funds over the years, but I kept my face blank, thumbing my phone to start a discreet recording. Grandma had drilled it into me: document everything. "Emily, trust is earned, but proof is forever." "Emily," Victor finally said my name, like it tasted bitter. "I know Mom spent her last years chatting investments with you." "Cute hobby." Sophia smirked, her lipstick a sharp red slash. "But this portfolio's too big for a newbie." I met his gaze steadily. "How big do you figure it is?" "Uncle Victor." He waved it off. "Around 15 million. Way over your head." The room tensed as I leaned forward. "Actually, it's 52 million as of this morning. And I've been running it for 4 years. Liam snorted, but it died in his throat. "No way. Grandma Louise wouldn't hand that to a kid who sells handmade jewelry online." Victor's eyes narrowed, a flicker of unease breaking his poker face. I slid my phone across the table, the banking app open. "See for yourself." The silence was deafening as they stared at the balance: $58,742,316.89. Graphs showed thriving stakes in biotech startups, urban real estate, and green energy funds all in the black. "This is photoshopped bullshit," Jason stammered. I reclaimed my phone. "Grandma made me her advisor at 22. She said I had the eye for patterns, the grit she recognized from her own bootstrap days." "My little online business?" I glanced at Sophia. "It's a fintech app for small investors. We handle 300 million in daily trades." Victor's jaw tightened, veins bulging. "Even so, the estate," I cut him off with a folder from my bag. "She transferred it all to Harper Financial Solutions last year. My firm." "You can't just," Victor started. But I held up another document. "Before you lawyer up, explain these." The spreadsheet showed unauthorized withdrawals, siphon funds funneled to offshore accounts. His color drained. "Where'd you get that?" Grandma kept impeccable records, especially of family loans that never got repaid. I turned to my cousins. "Ask your dad why the Hamptons vacation home vanished overnight." The door swung open, and my assistant, Thomas, poked his head in. "MS. Harper. The partners are assembled." I stood, brushing off invisible lint. "That'd be the board of Sterling, Grant and Associates. I acquired the firm 2 months ago." Grandma always said invest in your strengths. As I gathered my things, I added, expect notices on your debts soon. Get good counsel. Sophia's voice cracked. You can't treat family like this. I paused at the threshold. Grandma said the same when she found out about the embezzlement. The forensic auditors arrive in 30 minutes. Use it wisely, pride or prison. Walking down the corridor, I heard Jason's voice tremble. Dad, what the hell did you take from her? A quiet satisfaction bloomed in my chest. Like the first crack in a dam. Grandma had taught me more than stocks and bonds. She'd shown me how to spot vipers in the nest. But this was just the opening act. That night, in Grandma Louise's Upper East Side townhouse, now mine, the study wrapped around me like a familiar embrace, her faint lavender scent lingering in the velvet curtains. My laptop hummed beside her antique brass lamp. And my phone vibrated relentlessly. 42 calls from Victor. 28 from Jason. 19 from Sophia. Even Liam, the silent enabler, had dialed 7 times. I opened the file marked Shadow Ledger, the one that had ignited this firestorm 4 years back. Flashback to that rainy evening. Look here. Emily, Grandma had whispered, her arthritic hands steady on the keyboard. See how Victor shifts funds every quarter end? He's burying trails. I'd peered at the screen. The patterns jumping out like red flags. He's not just dipping, he's draining the well. Her eyes, sharp despite the lines around them, met mine. I've tracked it all since before you were born. Age doesn't dull the mind, it hones it. That night, she'd unveiled the rot, hidden slush funds, forged signatures on charity withdrawals. A web of betrayal spun over decades. She'd been silent, gathering proof, waiting for someone uncorrupted. Me. A knock jolted me back. Enter Marcus. My security chief handed over a dossier. Surveillance from the last 10 days. MS. Harper. Photos spilled out. Victor huddled with shady accountants in a dimly lit Brooklyn diner. Jason clearing his desk at the family hedge fund. Sophia visiting her vault 3 times. Clutching envelopes. They're scrambling, Marcus noted dryly. I nodded, pulling up the audit summary. Worse than we thought. Victor wasn't just skimming from Grandma, he built a pyramid scheme on client trusts. The figures chilled me. $52 million from her. Another $40 from outsiders. All masked in derivatives and dummy core. My phone pinged, a desperate text from Sophia. Please. Dad swears it's a misunderstanding. I showed Marcus. How long till we tip the SEC? Reports primed. Your call. I rose, gazing out at the garden where Grandma had shared her wisdom under blooming hydrangeas. She'd spoken of legacy not as cash, but as integrity, the quiet strength to prune the poison. Send it, I murmured. And roll out phase 2. He exited. And I lifted a framed photo, Grandma at my app's beta launch. Her smile genuine. Eyes fierce with pride. I'll guard it all, I'd vowed. Another call from a blocked number. I answered on speaker. Emily. It's Liam. Using a prepaid. You got to know we weren't in on Dad's full scheme. Oh. I opened his dossier. Then why sign off on transfers to your Cayman shell? Dead air. Those were locked down. I almost smiled. Grandma taught me to trace every thread. Cousin. She had duplicates of it all. We can cut a deal, he rushed. I have dirt on Dad. You mean the files in your Midtown locker? Grandma beat you to it. Click. The line died. My screen flashed, SEC confirmation received. The dominoes were tumbling. But phase 2 would seal it. I messaged my exec team, initiate legacy protocol. Execute at dawn. A reply from Jason, you've nuked us. Satisfied. I typed, Victor nuked us when he betrayed Grandma. I'm just the cleanup crew. In the concealed safe behind her portrait, I retrieved her master drive, every secret, every safeguard. Marcus, I buzzed. Prep for tomorrow? Press kit ready. Filings submitted. Board briefed. And the runners? PIs confirm. Cousins withdrawing cash. Flight risks. Let them sweat. Freezes hit in 2 hours. One last text from Victor. This is madness. Emily. I raised you. My response. Grandma raised me to spot wolves like you. Dawn broke over the city. And I strode into Sterling. Grant and Associates glass tower at 8:30 sharp. The lobby buzzed with controlled pandemonium, guards escorting staff from Victor's former suite. FBI agents poring over servers. Media vans clustering curbside. My phone alerted. Breaking. Harper clan embezzlement scandal rocks Wall Street. SEC probes deepen. Perfect timing. MS. Harper, Marcus murmured. They're in the war room. The conference table mirrored our family's fracture. Victor. Rumpled in yesterday's suit. Flanked by attorneys, Jason and Sophia clustered. Pale, Liam isolated. Fidgeting. Appreciate the attendance, I said. Claiming the head. Though the feds outside limited options. Victor exploded. This witch hunt ends now. I raised a palm. Let's clarify. Projecting from my laptop. Screens lit with damning trails, ghost transfers. Doctored ledgers. Pilfered endowments. Sophia whimpered. That's fabricated. Next slide. Bank cams catching her with grandma's pilfered credentials. Raiding the vault repeatedly. Explain that. Jason pleaded. Family needed liquidity. For your Vegas habits? His statements flashed losses mirroring high roller tabs. Liam protested. I stayed clean. Then why divert scholarship bucks to your failed crypto venture? Lawyers stirred. One bolting for the door. Stay, I commanded. FBI wants words on your cover-ups. Victor pounded the table. You think you've seized it all? We built this empire. You leached it, I countered coldly. Turning to the skyline. Grandma documented your every betrayal, stealing her savings. Mocking her senility in emails. But she wasn't fading, she was forging armor. What do you want? Jason cracked. Payoff? Shares. I chuckled darkly. I eclipse your net worth. I want accountability. Screen switched to Grandma's video will. Dated weeks before her passing, if Emily's showing this. She's upheld my charge. Safeguarded our essence from the rot within. Victor blanched as her voice accused. Victor. I gave you the world. And you poisoned it with greed. Video over. Silence reigned. SEC has the vault, I stated. But wait, there's more. Doors parted, execs filed in. Introducing the directors of Louise Harper Innovations, Grandma's Shadow Empire. Built away from your grasp. Horror dawned. The fortune you plundered? Bait. Real wealth hid in my stewardship. Victor whispered. Defeated, impossible. Done. Marcus distributed packets, indictments, asset grabs. No-fly orders. 60 minutes to exit. Or cuffs await. Sophia sobbed. Jason retched. Liam stared blankly. Oh. Victor, I added. Sliding an envelope. Grandma's personal bequest. Inside, deed to a modest Iowa farmhouse, his boyhood home. She said it'd remind you of roots before greed uprooted you. Exiting. I heard his gasp. Grandma's masterstroke, not destruction. But revelation. Self-sabotage as the sharpest blade. A year on. In her garden now lush with heirloom lilacs. I reviewed the trial wrap-ups. Headlines faded. Harper fraud ring dismantled. Key figures imprisoned. Victor got 18 years, others lesser terms. Marcus delivered coffee amid prison mail stacks. Victor's weekly remorse rants. Unanswered. Final reparations cleared, he reported. Victims compensated. I nodded. Fingering her lavender vial. Scholarships launched 60 recipients this semester. Including Sophia's son. Tyler. Eyes widened. He earned it fair. Grandma preached redemption for the deserving, not the deceivers. A text from Liam, now a clerk in Des Moines. Scraping by in that farmhouse attic, thanks for Tyler's shot. Wasted mine, perhaps. But vigilance lingered. My phone buzzed, Jason's ex-wife, Elena, about their seized brownstone. Show her through. She entered. Composed amid ruin. Emily. I shouldn't ask, kids' trusts are secure, I assured. Grandma shielded them years back. Enough for tuition. Relief washed her. And housing? A condo in Queens, trust covers till your study. My firm has openings. She gaped. After Jason's sins? Flashback, Grandma pruning lilacs. Money's a mirror. Emily. Reflects the soul. Victor forgot his dirt road origins. Success blinded him. Val wield it for growth, not grudges. Back to now, Grandma favored earned mercy. Post-visit. I wandered halls adorned with truths. Grandma's rise from Iowa poverty to boardroom titan, our college snapshot. Her handing me the reins. Another warden ping. Victor sought visitation. Deleted. Some wounds scarred permanent. Marcus returned. Incubator greenlit, funding 25 young founders. I signed. Smiling. Her echo expanding. Then. An envelope, her timed letter. Anniversary sealed. Dearest Emily. You've honored my faith. Shielding our core while exposing the decay. Wealth tests character. Victor chose avarice. Cousin's complicity. You? Integrity. True riches bloom in service. Not stacks. Nurture the garden, prune wisely. Plant boldly. Proud not of empires, but your heart. Eternal love. Grandma. A pressed lilac tumbled out. The garden thrived. Roots unyielding like her trust in me. Fortunes and figures paled. Worth lay in earning her legacy's weight. I'd cultivated endlessly,